From the Keith Vincicalo Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, unexplained noises from the ocean. What's going on? And now your host, JC3.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisrealpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisrealpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisrealpc.com. Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight, as you heard Big Joe say, as we continue our season 14 episode.
Stevie Wonder review, but okay.
That wasn't Stevie Wonder. That was Michael Jackson. And
You're right. I'm sorry.
I know,
It's late
it's
in the
okay.
day. I did a lot of driving today, but go ahead.
We're talking about unexplained underwater sea sounds or ocean sounds. Short episode this week because that's what we want to do. But we do have some audio to play for you. And first off, let's get who's in the booth tonight. That's it. That's all you're seeing. The two of them. That's Pope Tony on the left.
I'm in a Pope.
Pope Tony right there. And then we have Big Joe on the right.
I'm not the Pope.
He's not the Pope. He's not the Popa. The Popa. But, yeah, just the three of us in the booth tonight. And,
It's starting to be a thing.
It is starting to be a thing.
I mean, it's like, come on now.
That's all right. I mean, let's talk about underwater sea sounds, gentlemen. I mean, what are you?
I just got a question.
What?
We're going to do an episode of underwater sea sounds, and Roadblock is on the sea right now.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
I find that ironic.
Yes, it's okay. It's all good. I mean, for the people who are listening to this in January, Roadblock's not going to be on the sea.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
We're filming this in June, and this is debuting in January because we like to be very, very prepared.
Yes.
10 months ahead. Love it. Good.
Well, that's what we are, We are prepared. Okay, so first off, what have we ever, what have you ever heard as far as sea sounds? Like, things like the things we're talking about today. Why are you laughing?
The only strange things I've heard in this thing is like when you hear recordings of whales and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, those are explained, though.
No, I understand that.
Okay. See, this
is not a test.
This is why I take him off of the fucking.
Okay,
thing
I really, that's probably the only thing I can relate to. But I also, I once farted in the ocean. Does that count?
No, that does not count because nobody recorded it and said that's unexplained.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. But Anthony, how about you, Pope Tony?
The only thing that it comes to mind, like I've heard of the bloop, and I know we're going to talk about that today, but there is something else, and maybe just I didn't do my own research or figure out what was going on, but last year, when those 5 brave souls decided to venture down to the Titanic, and they went kablooey, now, we know now that while they were, they went down there, and then shit went haywire pretty quickly, and then they became paste.
yes.
Almost instantly.
You're an asshole. You know that?
I'm not wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You know what? They went down there with a fucking sub that they didn't even know was going to work, with a controller from Xbox.
I understand that.
That's got to fucking raise a red flag. At
have some
point.
couth for the dead, though.
Fuck them. They fucked it. They did it to themselves. Okay. Nobody else did it. They did it. Sorry if it offends anybody. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. I'm tired of being politically correct, and I don't care.
So the next day, after they're like, hey, we've lost the sub. And I was like, all right, well, that sucks to be them. They're like, we hear these mysterious tappings. We think it's them. We think what happened was that it fell to the bottom of the ocean. They're tapping on the hull in order to get, whatever.
That would have been cool.
No, it wouldn't have. That's terrifying. Then they're suffocating in a dark tube. And that's not right. But here's what happened. We know that noise didn't come from them because they went kablooey before, that noise was detected.
Well, I don't know if kablooey is the right word. They
imploded and they turned into mist. My point is,
It's like you ever sucked your butthole tight? That's exactly what happened.
no. My point is there was a tapping noise that they said we heard came from the bottom of the ocean, and we're trying to figure out what it is. But I don't remember if there was any clarity as to what that was, because it couldn't have been them, because they had already expired by that point.
Expired.
Like a magazine subscription. Is that better than saying that they turned into fucking glue? Like, what the fuck?
This fucking sub, or what did they call it a sub? Is that what it really was?
It was a submersible, not a submarine.
This
Yeah,
thing
it was not
fucking
a submarine.
This thing disappeared faster than a Malaysian airline airplane. Think about it.
That's true.
Whoa.
I mean, boom, and at least we know what happened. We know where it is.
Yeah.
We have no idea
we
what
knew-
happened to Malaysian Airlines.
We brought it back
Well,
up.
I mean,
so it's
we
not there
found one.
anymore.
We found one of the Malaysian airlines at the bottom of the ocean. We didn't find the second one. Remember, they lost
310 or 210 or whatever.
I don't remember. I don't know. Remember, they lost 2 that year. Like, it's one thing for the CEO to go, "Oh, that's terrible, and this is a tragedy." It happens again. His only quote was "fuck."
Yeah. But we do have some noises that we're going to
Yeah,
take a
please
listen
play
to.
them.
So, Anthony, you did talk about the bloop. So let's get some information on the bloop first before we play the noise. Ready?
Yes. When did the bloop happen?
Hold on. Let me bring it up here. So the bloop. No, that's Julia. I need the bloop, motherfucker.
That's bloop.
That's
bloop.
That's gloop.
That's
Sorry.
gloop. That's
It
It
a
just
G.
sounds so good.
That's a G. All right, ready? So the bloop was an ultra low frequency, high amplitude underwater sound detected by U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, in 1997.
Called Noah.
By 2012, earlier speculation that the sound originated from a marine animal was replaced by NOAA's description of the sound as being consistent with noises generated via non-tectonic cryosystems, originating from glacial movements such as ice calving or through seabed gouging by ice.
So we're saying it's not ice moving and it's not tectonic plates.
Yes, that's exactly
So
what
they're saying that an unknown sea creature made this noise.
Yes.
Okay.
So what are they trying to allure it to? What sea creature?
That's what unknown means, Dad.
Oh, okay. Unknown. I'm sorry.
Did you know that there's a whale floating in the ocean that will never find its mate because it moans or whatever it emits? You know how like whales communicate? They emit that frequency.
Sure.
Yeah, it emits its frequency at a higher rate, and so other whales can't hear it. So
Okay.
it can't communicate with anyone. It's essentially deaf without being deaf. So no other whales will go near it to fuck
That's
it.
just fucking sad.
Yeah, it's forever alone.
So is it a species? Why are we talking about this?
Well,
Is it a species of whale?
well, that whale, yeah, I don't know what kind of whale it is. I'm just saying, like, no one can fuck that whale because it can't find a mate because no one can hear it. Now this though, this is the
great.
bloop. This is something
Yeah.
we heard.
This is something we heard. So
We don't know what caused
Ready?
this.
This
All right,
is-
yeah, let's play it. I want to hear it.
Ready?
Time out. Are we sure that's not like equipment on one of these submarines malfunctioning?
No.
No, because look, it said it said it was heard up to 5,000 kilometers away. If that's a malfunctioning thing on a submarine, that's a really loud malfunctioning thing on a submarine. 5,000 kilometers away, and you're like, "What's that noise?"
Okay, so you're telling me they don't know what caused this?
Correct.
No. Do you want to hear it
Okay.
again?
Yeah, please.
All right.
Sounds like it's going in and out.
Sounds like it's supposed to be the start of a techno song. It got louder. You heard that, right?
Not even a blue whale is large enough to croon this sound.
Do I get a vote on what it is?
It's something larger than a blue whale.
You could sit here and say,
I'm going to tell you. You know what I think it is?
Go
What do you
ahead.
think it is?
I think this is underwater alien activity.
You and the fucking aliens.
You went there first, huh?
I did go there first. All the shit that's going on. I do believe that there's underground bases, that they're using something down there. And I do believe that sounds to me like it's something electronic that's being emitted. And we don't know why.
You say it's electronic.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Noah said that it's, at least we know that it's from, they think it's from an organism. They don't think it's from tectonic plates moving or ice
That's not tectonic
scratching
plates.
or whatever.
Well, you know what? Their guess is as good as everybody else's. They got a guess. They're not their guess. Please, they're government. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh,
So-
okay, cool.
I honestly, to me, it sounds electronic. I mean, doesn't it sound electric to you?
I don't know. I mean, considering the fact that it was heard up to 5K kilometers away. That's a distance.
Well, that would be a distance for a whale farting in the water in South America, and I'm hearing it and everything.
No.
They said that not even a blue whale can croon that loud. Most of
it's
them
crooning.
Well, then it ain't a whale. We know it isn't an
Yeah,
organism. So
They're crooning under streetlights at the bottom of the ocean.
All right, are we going to go to the second one now?
well, I don't know. Can we? Do you understand what this might be? Do you have any questions?
Well, that's why it's an underwater mysterious sea sound.
So what does it sound like to you, Mister JC3?
To me, it actually sounds like a bass drop, like a DJ. You know.
Well, I mean, it's an ultra low frequency. That's what they said, right?
Yeah, it's an ultra low frequency.
So, what can produce a really low frequency that's that loud? We don't know.
I'm sticking to my original answer. I'm
Look,
going to say,
look,
aliens.
I'm not going to disagree with you. It could sound like an alien thing. Like, we could sit here and really talk about how, like, it could be an alien spaceship just hovering not hovering, but like floating in water turned on. Again, it's off the coast of, what did it say, South Africa, I think it said?
It's yes.
Or South America.
South America.
So, you're in those waters. It could be. I mean,
And don't forget, we did that episode. Wasn't there like a the things, there's underwater structure down there that's like, it looks like roadways that are miles and miles long,
I think
6 or 7, 8
down
miles
there, yeah.
long.
Yeah, so it could be. I mean, we do have another one. I mean, we're gonna do 2 more in this first segment. This one's called Upsweep, and with Upsweep, the Upsweep sounds from a deep sea, which has stumped scientists for decades. Hold on. The Upsweep, as of now, 2023, is an unidentified sound pattern detected by NOAA underwater microphone installation over 3 decades ago. It consists of a long, narrow band of sound waves spiking in loudness frequency for several seconds. The sound waves were at such a high measurement, they were recorded throughout the wide distances of the Pacific. Since 1991, the upsweep seems to be diminishing. The upsweep seems to be seasonal, here in full during spring and autumn. Scientists are unsure why. Some speculate undersea volcano eruptions. But this person goes, but why would a volcano be seasonal? Why would a volcano erupt for over 30 years? Could the simple answer be its more famous sibling, the Bloop? That the upsweep is just a glacial movement? Or only time will tell if this ocean oddities will be sound. So we're going to play the sound right now.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds fucking creepy.
That sounds very hollow, and it sounds like someone's breathing into the mic.
Not even that. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like wind.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. Like wind through a canyon.
Like a windy day.
Like wind through a
Have
canyon.
they asserted this to any animal or anything? Or
No, what they're
I'm going to kill this fucking fly.
what they're
I'm killing it. I'm telling you now.
what they're thinking that it is, it's underwater.
Peter, don't react.
What I think it is underwater volcanic activity, but that doesn't sound like a volcano.
Oh, has anybody seen any underwater volcanic activity? I mean, if
they
they're
probably measured what's been happening, but if scientists are being stumped over it, you would think the scientists would sit there who are measuring volcanic activity to sit there and be like, yeah, this is not happening, right now,
Plus, it's seasonal too.
Yeah,
like,
it's every autumn.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
No, I think it said spring. You said.
Yeah, you said spring.
I said spring.
Yeah, you said spring. Yeah, that's the weird part because it's like you can put a clock to it.
Spring and autumn.
Oh, spring and autumn. So it's okay. It's like you could set your watch
So every
to
6
it.
months.
Yeah, you can set your watch to it, and that's something that doesn't happen in like.
And that was every spring and autumn, or just maybe one or two?
It says it's dwindling over the last 30 years, but it's been 30
30.
years consistently every spring and autumn. They hear that sound
Look,
across the
Could
Pacific.
it be something with the equinox? Like
I don't know,
like
but
the
think-
changing of.
But think
that's
how
what I'm thinking.
think how wide the Pacific is. It
Yeah.
says they hear it across the Pacific.
Could it be like currents changing at the bottom? Like, because I'm thinking like if there's a underwater sort of like river or canyon that's going, or rather, a river that's going through a canyon that picks up speed based off the the equinox. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm throwing
yeah.
some shit out there because
No, I'm
to me, I'm
listening
like
to you.
I hear like wind through a canyon.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
But if water's doing that and it's moving like like if this section of water is moving faster through the rocks than the water that's lying above it for whatever reason, maybe that's something that could be making the
yeah,
noise.
and you're right. And seasonal would make that. Maybe it's like the change, like we have El Nino and stuff like that. So maybe that's what's really. That's what I'm not going to go aliens here. I'm going to say it's something natural that we just don't know.
What's interesting to me though also is when you're sitting here like talking about that, I want to know how deep in the ocean it is. Same thing with the Bloop. How deep did they record it in the ocean? Because when you start getting 5,000 kilometers out, you're starting to become in deep water territory.
Well, you got to understand the Pacific Ocean is deep.
That's what I'm saying. How deep are they recording this? Like, where is this
Well,
coming
the
from?
deepest spot in the ocean that we know of
is Marianas Trench.
is the Marianas Trench, and I forget how far down that is.
I think it's like 4 miles down.
No,
it's about 12 miles.
It's
No,
about-
7 miles. I think it is something like that.
something like that. I think it's like close to 7 or 8.
I know when we were on the boat, we were at 5.5 miles.
Are you sure? I thought it was 2 miles.
No, we were at 5 miles, and that was in the Atlantic Ocean. And because the reason I know that is because they gave it the meters, so I went and did the calculation of meters versus feet or whatever. And at some point, I'm sitting there going, "Well, that's 25,000 feet deep. That's 5 miles." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize the Atlantic Ocean was that fucking deep."
Well, I mean, the
In and around our
Titanic
area.
sits at 6 miles deep.
Right. So yeah, well there you go. So it blew my mind. I mean,
All right, we're gonna play one more though. So this one's named is Julia.
ooh, a female.
Let's hear about Julia. Julia is a sound recorded on March 1st, Oh, hold on.
Oh, I can
March
imagine
1st.
This is gonna be take out the trash.
19
Take out the trash.
Shut up!
Oh, sorry.
March 1st, 1999, by NOAA. NOAA said the source of the sound was most likely a large iceberg that had run around off Antarctica. However, pictures from NASA's Apollo 33 A5 shows a large shadow swaying through the southwest section of Cape Cadre at the same time of the recorded sound. Although still classified, the pictures apparently provide information that is unknown. That this unknown shadow is 2 times larger than the Empire State Building. Ooh, I'm gonna find this fucking shadow. Hold on. So, I mean, if you guys want to speculate before we play the sound,
Sure, let's speculate.
and
What
I'm gonna look
is in
for-
the ocean that's bigger than the fucking Empire State Building. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's enormous. Not even a blue whale's that big. Like, think of it. Like, the model of the blue whale that's in the Natural History Museum is fucking enormous. But it's still contained within a building. It's not the size of the Empire State Building.
That would be about a quarter of a mile long then.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
That's too big.
Not happening.
We don't have any structures that are floating in the ocean that are too big, that wide, that big.
We don't, but did you see? I was watching a show last night. Not to cut you off, Joey, but
I'm not cut off. Just continue.
there was a show about mysteries or whatever, and it was about they had this giant storm off the coast of I want to say I can't think of the name of the place, Ireland, and all of a sudden this ship, this giant ship, just shows up on the side of the coast, shipwrecked, but it's floating upright, nobody on it, no name on it.
It's a ghost ship,
and they couldn't figure out what it was. They traced it back to a place, a ship out of Bermuda, and they think that it might have been attacked by pirates. The last charter thing, they got the numbers from somewhere on it because an urban explorer went into it and illegally and found the numbers. It was called the Asia, AJA, and there's. After 2018, no one knows what happened to this boat. So they think pirates grabbed it, and it was underwater, and that storm kicked it up and wound up being moored or landed on the coast of Ireland. So if that shit happens,
yeah,
what else is down there that can make these fucking noises as far as, boats and stuff? And that, I know they're not a quarter mile long, I get it, but you're still... there's underwater shit down there that the water could be running through and whatever.
So apparently,
that's very phallic shaped.
Yeah, apparently this where the circle is, that's what this Julia thing is. This is what it is. Like, I'll put a picture up.
It's a sandworm
for people to see. Like that, obviously that's markings at the bottom. But that's where it is, that dick-shaped object that's right there.
That's where the sound is emanating from, right there?
That's what they said. No, not. I mean, around the same time, this is what they found, they caught on satellite imaging when they...
All right, let's hear it. I want to hear
when they recorded this
I want
sound.
to hear what it sounds like.
So...
It's the bullworm from SpongeBob.
Shut up, Anthony. That bullworm scares the fuck out of me. But let's listen to Julia. Now, that's what the sound was. And if you compare it with the photo of how... I think it's in here. Nope. That's what apparently it's from, is that thing.
All right, so
right
I'm going to ask you again. That thing right there, that's where they got the microphones and are picking it up from there?
That's where they think
No.
That's where they think the source is.
That's where they think the source is.
As they recorded that sound,
right,
they picked up this image independently.
So then they should dive down there and try to figure out what the fuck it is. Or at least send microphones down there to see if it picks it up at any different,
See, like, if you're telling me that right there, that dick-shaped object is twice the size of the Empire State Building, that's a big fucking animal.
Oh, it's a quarter. That's not an animal. I'm sorry. That's not an animal.
And look how, just look how, like...
It curves off. It looks
does.
like a hook.
Yeah, it does. It does. But, I mean, also look how it looks like it's lying in the middle of this trench. Like,
right.
it
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like,
I see the path there. Yeah, that's where that's...
Yeah, it's weird. It's like someone dragged this big dick-shaped object across and then back, and then it just lied there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't know.
Ooh, are we looking at a cryptid? I know you hate that word, but...
I don't think it's a cryptid at all. It's
I mean, coming with the sound, though, that sound, and I mean, come on, that sound is, it sounds like an animal.
Sounds like metal scraping on metal, though.
It does sound like that, yeah.
No, I heard, like, that to
but
me...
It also sounds like a voice trying to communicate with something else.
Yeah, that sounds like an animal.
Spots,
You know? So, That's
we can go down there and tickle it and see if it straightens itself out.
Well, that's the 3 sounds we have for this.
Pretty fucked up, though. I mean,
the first
I
segment.
gotta give you that much.
We're gonna take a break.
Spitting image, a little on the slim side,
right.
but not bad.
All right. Be quiet. We're gonna go to break because you have your 3 sounds. Do you have information on those 3 sounds
Yes,
too?
I do.
All right, we're gonna go with your 3 sounds on the second half.
Okay.
And so please, we're gonna be right back. Please go listen to some of our sponsors, and you're gonna hear some more unexplained sea sounds.
Are you a filmmaker, cosplayer, or special effects enthusiast looking to take your creations to the next level? Then look no further than New Rule FX. From realistic props to professional grade special effects equipment, New Rule FX has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Explore their extensive catalog of high-quality products and unleash your creativity like never before. Visit our link in the description to shop now below.
Hey everybody, I'm JC3.
And I'm Mr. West.
And this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Made by professionals in the USA, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, including the patented neurofactor. You know what Dubby doesn't give you?
What's that?
No calories, no sugars, no fillers, and no artificial flavors. When the raw ingredients arrive to their FDA-registered and inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP guidelines, they undergo a quarantine while a small sample of each ingredient is taken to test for any impurities, while also being tested to ensure that the ingredients are actually what they are supposed to be and have the proper dosage.
And once the ingredients pass all the tests, then they're cleared to get mixed into the formula. So head on over to dubby.gg and use our offer code IsThisRealPC for 10% off your first order. That's DUBBY.GG and use the code IsThisRealPC for 10% off. They have great flavors such as Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, Passion Joy Tea, Monkey Madness, and Dragonade. My personal favorites.
Dragonade right here. I got Dragonade right here. Delicious.
Drink Dubby.
And be better.
These products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.
Who wants better sex? And who wants better sex starting now? The best way to get started is go to adamandeve.com.
Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just any item.
But that's not all. When you select your one item, you will also get 3 bonus items. That includes a gift for him, a special gift for her, and a gift you'll both like.
Plus 6 free movies for your viewing pleasure and free shipping.
There is discreet shipping as your privacy is priority. Plus 100% free shipping on your entire order.
Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, it will all be packaged and sent discreetly for free.
Don't wait. Better sex is just one click away.
That's 50% off one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping.
Bring more pleasure and satisfaction to your bedroom.
Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire.
Just enter code QUESTION at checkout.
That's question, QUESTION at adamandeve.com.
This exclusive offer is specific to this podcast only. So be sure at checkout you punch in the code QUESTION. That is QUESTION at checkout. And get your 50% off one item, 10 free gifts, and free shipping. Remember, use code QUESTION. Also remember to listen to Is This Real every Sunday at 8 o'clock with new episodes starting July 16th. Remember, everybody, question everything and put that question at the end of your checkout at adamandeve.com. Calling all cat lovers. Are you tired of your furry friend taking over your living space? Say hello to Cat Cave Co., your one-stop shop for all things stylish cat furniture. Their modern design seamlessly blend into your home decor while providing your cat with a cozy sanctuary of their own. Discover the perfect piece for your feline friend today using the link in the description and reclaim your space without compromising your style. Your cat will thank you.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. Want to take your love for the Is This Real podcast to the next level? Check out our exclusive merchandise line designed for curious minds like yours in mind. From comfy tees and hoodies to stylish mugs and accessories, our merchandise is the best way for you to show your passion for unraveling the mysteries of the fucking universe. Visit our online store at isthisrealpc.com and gear up to explore the universe in style. Don't just listen, wear your curiosity with pride with Is This Real podcast merchandise.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isthisrealpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isthisrealpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isthisrealpc.com. Welcome back, everybody, as we continue our episode about unexplained ocean/sea sounds. Ooh, excuse me. We talked about the Bloop, we talked about Upsweep, and we talked about Julia. We do have 3 more, but first, here's a picture of where they supposedly recorded the Bloop. Right off the
Coast of Chile,
Argentina. That's where it is. So that area right there, that's Lovecraft's Ryler. I don't know if those are those areas in, or are those like islands?
What they are what I'm assuming they're to be, is they're spots out of the Lovecraft story of Cthulhu.
Oh,
and that's where, yeah, like if you ever read the Call of Cthulhu,
that's interesting.
It is a terrifying tale because it's written as a diary. It's not. It's almost written like someone's investigating it, and they're talking about like, this is the mission that I was on, and how they found, it's like I witnessed these things. It's not so much like a story like, this happened and then that happened, and this. It's more of like you're reading a detective's journal entry.
And that was H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah,
He was warped.
He was. So if that's what this is, Lovecraft's Rylay, however you pronounce it, he's saying that this is the spot in the ocean approximately where Lovecraft staged the climax of that story, because the whole thing is about a cosmic deity that's asleep at the bottom of the ocean. And
I'm guessing what they're saying is because they recorded the Bloop, or think they recorded the Bloop in that area right there.
Yeah, the scale is 500 miles, but to that spot, so you're talking maybe another 600 or 700. So you're talking 1,200 miles ish from the spot where Lovecraft wrote his story, or had staged his story.
About, yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything, because the Bloop was recorded well after Lovecraft wrote that story.
Yeah.
There's nothing connected to it.
It's a
other than
fun
coincidence.
It's a fun little thing, though.
Yeah, it's a fun little coincidence. But
all right, so
it's not fucking Cthulhu.
What did you want to? You wanted to start with Slow Down, Dad?
Yeah.
Talk a little about Slow Down.
In May 19th, 1997, Slow Down is a noise recorded. It gets its name because it descends in frequency over 7 minutes. NOAA scientists have located the source of the sound off the Antarctic Peninsula, leading them to suspect that Slow Down is the result of a drifting iceberg hitting the seafloor and screeching to a ponderous stop. The sound was detected by sensors nearly 3,100 miles apart. Okay, so, I mean, do you have that?
Yeah, I have it up right now.
I want to hear what this sounds
So they're thinking this is an iceberg that's slowing down as it's hitting
Have you
the ground.
noticed that that's what they're thinking about, all these sounds, that they're icebergs?
Well, because icebergs are the only thing in the ocean that moves other than animals.
And
that's
makes
good
sense.
if they're in the Antarctic or the Arctic, but Bloop or Gloop or what the fuck it is up there.
All right, we'll play it. I don't know. I'm not getting anything.
Hold on.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? Return the Slab.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like wailing.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear wailing. Okay. Okay. I get that. And I mean, first thoughts, Dad, because you look perplexed. Good word. Good word, Joe.
To me, this is Antarctic, so you're at the bottom of the world, if you want to look at it like that. I don't know. You know, to me, it sounds to me that it could be, now you got ice, obviously, on top of the ocean. It could be the way the current is pushing the water around down there. Now, that doesn't explain for it to get louder and softer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the current down there or whatever is pretty much consistent, I think. But
I don't know.
To me, I mean,
I haven't really
like,
read
I
up
don't
on
put
my
it past.
Antarctic yet.
We got stations all over the world, especially in places like the Arctic and the Antarctic.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. Me and Anthony have fought those dumbasses on TikTok.
Well, because that's where it's. Can't see what I'm doing. We're gonna do what we want to do here. Who's to say that they're? If now, open your mind. I know you don't like to do that sometimes, but open your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just say we are in contact with some kind of alien life form, and they're using the cloak, the disguise of being underwater, and that's some kind of coded communication between underwater craft and the military. That to me would be more of. I would put that out there. I would give that a possibility along with the currents, but I don't know about the currents going up and down and soft and loud. To me, it sounds that, it's like, I don't know, maybe the aliens aren't listening and they're getting louder and louder saying, you got to hear me. I don't know. It sounds like that to me.
You've been, okay. We've all been at the ocean. We've all played in the surf. When a wave hits you and pushes you up on the land, you sit there for a second, and the next wave hits you, it puts you a little more. And the next wave hits you, and it pushes you, and you get to the point where it's not forceful enough to hit you to move you anymore. That's what I'm hearing with this.
Okay.
Like, if it is something like an iceberg, it's current smashing against an iceberg, and it's moving it a little bit, and then the current recedes, and then another wave hits it, and it pushes it a little bit more. It's like when you're hitting a nail into a piece of wood, and every hit you have to hit a little harder because you're driving deeper into the wood where it's tighter and tighter. Like, you just can't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The deeper you go, the more pressure you have to put on to drive the nail in.
Okay.
So that's what I'm picking up more than something where it's communication between aliens and the United States government.
When this finally drops, I want to be right where you are, because when you start seeing the flying crafts coming knocking on your door,
I don't think they're going to be knocking on my door.
Wait, hold on. You're saying the entire craft is going to knock at his
you are
door?
real?
The entire craft is going to knock at his door?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. If the streets are wide enough up there and where he lives, I don't know.
Whiteville. Anywho, what's the next one you have, Dad? What's the next one you want to play?
I got to recover from the Whiteville comment.
Yeah, God forbid I live in a neighborhood that I can go for a walk without getting shot.
Hey, we resemble that remark. Okay, this one's got an ominous name. It's just called Train. Okay, Train sounds like what you might expect a noise train to sound like the rub of train wheels against tracks. Now,
like choo-choo-choo.
That would, right, okay.
Underwater, that would fuck me up. I'm not
yeah, pretty much. Recorded in 1997.
Unless it was recorded in New York and into the subway, and then you hear, motherfucker!
Train is a steady hum that likely likely, they don't know.
They don't know.
Okay,
That's why it's
Antarctica is Ross Sea.
Ross Sea in Antarctica.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a Ross Sea, so add that to my knowledge bank. Okay, the suspected culprit, an iceberg dragging its keel along the ocean floor. It seems to be their stock answer. Now we're getting somewhere.
When you have that's 3 miles deep, those ice shelves, they're pretty fucking big. And
then why is this making a noise like a train and not like a
I don't know. I haven't heard the fucking thing yet.
Well, yeah, let's play.
Yeah, let's play the sound, motherfuckers. I don't hear a train.
I
I
hear
hear high frequency.
what I hear is like the grinding of wheels, like on a track.
Like
Right, like a train stopping or like having to make an emergency stop.
See, what I don't understand is that they'll tell you if they would give me the frequency, I'd feel a little better. Right now, this could be anything. It could be high frequency. It could be low frequency.
Well,
We just don't know.
If you look, I don't know if it's the same. If this is the spectrogram of this, but if you're looking at the video right now and you're looking at it, those are 50 hertz, 0 hertz. I don't know if it's the same thing, but you know, it
Yeah.
could.
I don't know. To
I
me,
don't know.
I
It
don't know.
was very, very like high pitched to me.
Yeah, definitely high pitched,
You
but it's
know.
like, what could be making that high pitch? That
'Cause-
I'm drawing a blank on.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you really like want to play devil's advocate and be like, oh, it's an iceberg. Can icebergs get that high pitched of a noise by just moving across the ground?
Yeah, I think they can. Again, you're talking a lot of pressure, and it's so much pressure just to move those things. So if you're gonna move that much weight against the seafloor, it's gonna create some sort of high pitched noise.
All right.
Just because of how big it. Just think of like dragging a chair across like a floor, and just like without wheels, you get that scraping noise. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, the last one, Dad, is whistle, right?
Yeah, this one is a little interesting. Whistle sounds more like a kettle of boiling water than a jaunty tune, but that doesn't make the sound any less mysterious. Recorded in July of 97. Let's see, now this is another one. Train was recorded in 97, and now Whistle was recorded in 97. Whistle was only picked up by a single hydrophone.
So it's Upsweep.
Right. Okay. Whistle was only picked up by a single hydrophone, making it impossible to pinpoint its source. However, according to NOAA, similar sounds have been recorded coming from erupting submarine volcanoes. It's possible that Whistle, unlike Julie, Slowdown, or other mysterious sea noises, may have been caused by fire, not ice. Though we won't blame you if you want to imagine it was. I'm not going to even try this. It was the large creature that they thought was a giant octopus.
Cthulhu.
Okay, that's how you say Cthulhu.
Let me see.
Yeah, CT, whatever.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's
okay,
Cthulhu.
'cause I was going to say Cthulhu.
All right,
That's
let's listen
fine.
to it.
Yeah, please.
Obviously, lower frequencies.
Yeah, that's really, really.
Yeah, it's is only publicly released sound yet identified. by
Hit
the
play
NOAA.
again.
From the
Yeah,
here?
from right there.
It sounds like a chair being dragged.
It
through-
almost sounds like someone's talking.
Ooh, you want to have someone talking?
Like it sounds like someone's trying to talk underwater, but it's just not clear enough to understand it.
All right, Anthony, I see you. But that's I mean that's what I have. I mean I don't know if anybody has any more.
No, I don't.
I mean
know shit else.
what's interesting to me about these is the frequencies. Like, what I'm happy that they weren't, because we could sit here and be like, oh, this was recorded underwater, and it's like all you hear is like something weird. Like, these are actual sounds that we found, that it's not like, oh, it's an EVP underwater. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it's not something clear, is what you're saying. So we could be like, oh, no, that's like, if whistle was like an actual whistle, then you're like, how the fuck can that happen? That's the thing that's taken out of this. There's no question of like how. We don't know what it is, so we can't even ask how. But if you were to record something underwater that's like a definitive noise that we know of,
yeah, like, oh,
then
yeah,
you're like,
we know
well,
what the
how
fuck
did they
that
pick
is.
that up underwater? Like if it was like if it had like even if it had like a rhythm to it, like a steady, like a heartbeat or like a tapping noise, that you're like, no, something is making that. What is it and how is it making it? That's not this. This is just like, this is a noise. We have no idea what the fuck it is.
Yep.
I think what we should do, and I'll be honest with you, I got a few things that I as far as my theories, I know Anthony doesn't want to hear them, and that's fine, but
Aliens.
I think, to me, there's something there. I want to do a little bit more research on the on Autech, which is the underwater base in, I think, Jamaica. I want to do a little more research on where UFOs have been spotted in the areas, maybe like Bloop or Gloop or whatever the fuck that is. I want to see if I can correspond some of that with some of this, because they're not normal. There's something
It's
not
Bloop,
right about
Dad,
them.
not
Huh?
Augustus Gloop. It's Bloop.
Bloop.
Jesus Christ.
All of them, every one of them had the underlying thing was this background noise.
That's water.
I understand that, but my point is, if you got three of them happen in '97 alone.
One happened 1991.
Okay, so what's to say that this isn't some activity that's going on down there? My guess is going to be just as good as, apparently Noah doesn't have a guess.
Well, I mean,
got
they do have a
theories
guess.
like everybody
The
else.
theory-
Theories
that-
as
what-
good
what-
as,
What they're thinking that most of these are just icebergs dragging across the floor.
I can give you that in the Antarctica. I mean, I can give you that in the Arctic. But where Bloop is concerned, right off the coast of Argentina, there's not
Chile, but yeah.
There's not any.
It's at the south of the world, but not south enough where there'd be icebergs.
Right. So that's an odd one to me. I mean, I'm going to do a little bit more research, and maybe we'll do a little special, just like a little one-off on that.
That's fine.
If we can find some stuff like that, because there is some, there is some evidence of UFO activity underwater. Is it in the same area? I don't know.
Oh, we'll talk about it. Well, let's.
Maybe it was the hangar doors of their secret underwater base that were opening up, and you heard the gears grinding. That way, they could fly their spaceships out from the underwater base and then leave the ocean, then go back into outer space, where they can go back to their homeworld and report that the bottom of the ocean is pretty dark and wet.
Anywho, next
I am
week,
not even responding to this cocksucker. I'm not doing. I'm being nice. I'm trying to be nice, and I'm being nice.
All right. Next week,
But that's got its limits. But come on, let's go.
next week that we're talking about, we're finally.
I'm testing those limits. You might want to tune into the next episode because I might surpass his limits.
Oh yeah.
I'm bringing the hammer for the next one. Yeah.
Next week, finally, 14 seasons in. We're talking 14 seasons in, being a conspiracy theory podcast, and we're finally talking about the Bermuda Triangle. I think, you know what it is? Like, besides maybe 9/11 and JFK and stuff like that, we decided that we're not going to hit the obvious ones that we may think are bullshit, because
I can't wait to get to this episode because I can't wait. I can't wait. And I can't wait for you. Your take's going to be on it because it's going to be amazing. But go ahead.
well, yeah. Anything left to add for tonight's episode, guys?
Underwater noises are spooky.
Anthony,
Some spooky shit.
Anthony doesn't fuck. Like, what do you think? I mean, we'll probably do an episode, because I think I have it slated for later this season. I think we are doing an episode of outer space noises that are unexplained.
Great.
Which ones do you think are more creepier, outer space or underwater?
Outer space. 100% outer space.
Could that be any alien activity out there?
Well, it might be. Or
Icebergs dragged across the fucking...
space whales. Which are aliens in and of themselves.
Well, I mean,
Joe,
They're
put the
just
camera-
alien. They're just whales with little antennas sticking from their heads.
well, I mean, what was the no, that was Star Wars. Star Wars had space whales. Not Star Wars. It was what's the one show that came out? DeLorean? No. What the fuck? What is the
It's only a half-hour podcast.
what the fuck is the name of the Mandalorian?
Oh, Star Wars. Yeah, the
In
Mandalorian.
one of the episodes, they did have space whales, but
I try my best to compete with this guy. I can't do it. Just when I think I got him, he comes up with something more fucking stupid. But being that it's just him and I in a booth tonight.
look at the shirt he's wearing. He's wearing his Space Ween shirt.
Giant space weed. Which you can get if you want a copy of this shirt. You can buy one. Head on over to our t-shirt shop and fucking buy one.
Giant Space Ween. All right, guys. Everyone say goodbye.
Adios,
Goodbye.
motherfuckers.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week for the Bermuda Triangle episode, finally. But remember, go to all of our social medias. Go to isthisrealpc.com. Go buy the Giant Space Ween t-shirt. And please go, go listen and buy stuff from all of our sponsors. We really would appreciate it if you did. We will catch you guys next week. Remember, everybody,
Please.
question everything. Good night. Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisrealpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisrealpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisrealpc.com.